Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, racing fans, to RP Express. We're going express today. Racing Podcast Full Throttle returns next Thursday, which will be April 7th at 7:45. Of course, there was no racing this weekend, therefore we got nothing to talk about. But we do have this weekend's schedule coming up, and we will refresh on the driver standings and some little tidbits about Martinsville. So we'll get into that. First, we'll start with the schedule. After a weekend off, NASCAR returns to this upcoming weekend, and the action heads to the first short track race, first short track on the 2016 schedule, of course, is Martinsville Speedway, aka the Paperclip, located at 340 Speedway Road, Ridgeway, Virginia, 24148. Capacity is 55,000. Surface 0.526 miles, asphalt and concrete, 4 turns. Bankings at the corners is 12 degrees, and at the straights it's 0. And I like Martinsville. It really looks like a paperclip, and you got the 2 pit roads right there, one in the front, one in the back, and it's really for some fun racing. Lap record at Martinsville is 18.75 seconds, 18.746 to be exact. Greg Sachs, 1986, NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And then IndyCar returns this week as well. IndyCar heads to Phoenix for the Phoenix Grand Prix, and that's going to be the first oval track for the IndyCar 2016 schedule. And then Formula One heads to Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix of Bahrain. So now, ladies and gentlemen, racing fans, RP Express proudly presents this weekend's racing schedule. We'll first start with NASCAR. Saturday afternoon is the return of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and the truck's always fun. Saturday, April 2nd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's on Fox Sports 1 and MRN, and that is the Alpha Energy Solutions 250, and that is with 250 laps on tap. Sunday afternoon is the return of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Sunday, April 3rd at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, also on Fox Sports 1 and MRN, and that is the STP 500, and this is the big one, 500 laps on deck. Please note that both races are on Fox Sports 1. 500 laps. The question flag is going to make a presence a lot on Sunday, but short track racing is always fun to watch. And if you're new to NASCAR, short track racing is fun. And as mentioned, IndyCar heads to Phoenix for some Saturday night racing, Saturday, April the 2nd at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN and Indy Radio, and that's the Desert Diamond West Valley Phoenix Grand Prix. NASCAR driver Sam Hornish Jr. won 2 Indy races at Phoenix, 2001, 2005. And finally, yes, now I don't know how many laps there is, I didn't get that, but that's at 9:15 on Saturday night, so you have some Saturday afternoon chucks, and then the late night Saturday with some IndyCar racing. And of course, if you do miss the racing, or you want to recap, we'll have all the information for you next Thursday, as we always do, on RP Full Throttle. And then finally, Formula One heads to Bahrain on Sunday morning at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that's on the big NBC, and that's round 2 of the Formula One season, and that's the 2016 Formula One Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix. 57 laps or 120 minutes. Track length is 5.412 kilometers and has 15 corners. And then, so there's that. So, let's go over the driver standings. They will be out here in a couple of minutes. Again, RP Express is just to throw out some information real quickly, and then RP Full Throttle is the full podcast. But the Sprint Cup driver standings top 10. Okay, first place right now is Kevin Harvick, and he is with 194 in the number 4 Hot Rod Chevy. Second place is Jimmy Johnson, and he's with 184 points in the 48 car. Carl Edwards sits in third with 171 points, and then Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin in fourth, Kyle Busch in fifth, and they are both with 170 points. Joey Logano sits in 6th place with 165. Kurt Busch 7th with 148. 8th place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 car. He's with 145 points. Brad Keselowski sits in 9th in the number 2 car, 142 points. And then Austin Dillon in 10th place, and he is with 139. From 11th to 15th place, it's Martin Truex Jr., Jamie McMurray, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Matt Kenseth. 16th to 20th, it's Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Casey Kane, AJ Allmendinger, and Ryan Newman. 21st to 25th, Trevor Bayne, Paul Menard, Reagan Smith, Kyle Larson, and then in 25th is Brian Scott. Manufacturer standings for Sprint Cup Series. Chevrolet first place with 210 points. Second place is Toyota, 201, and third place is Ford with 180. You know, in the Camping World Truck Series, Chevrolet is in first place as well. Toyota is still holding on to first place in the Xfinity Series. So we'll go over the Camping World Truck Series driver standings. We'll go over Xfinity Series next week, okay? Because Xfinity Series returns next Friday, actually, April 8th. And then next Saturday, April 9th, is the night race at Texas, which is another cool race to watch. And they're even brewing, they're having a special beer being offered at Texas for next weekend. We'll get into that next week. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver standings. Start with the top 10. First place is Parker Kilgerman, and he's in the 92 truck, and he sits with 55 points. Daniel Hemrick sits in second place with 54 points, and John Hunter Nemechek in third, and he is with 52 points. Timothy Peters, driver of the number 17, sits in fourth place with 49 points. Fifth place is Tyler Young with 47. Ryan Truex sits in sixth place, and he is with 45 points. Seventh place is Brandon Brown. Eighth place, Ben Rhodes, and they both have 43 points. Grant Enfinger in ninth place with 42 points, and then Johnny Sauter in 10th place, and he's with 41 points, driver of the number 21 truck. And also, I should say, Cameron Haley in 11th place also has 41 points. So Johnny Sauter, 10th place, Cameron Haley, 11th, and both with 41 points. From 12th to 15th place, it's Travis Voppel, Spencer Gallagher, Tyler Reddick, John West Townley. And then from 16th to 20th place is Timmy Hill, Austin Wayne Self, Matt Crafton, Ben Kennedy, and Rico Abreu. 21st to 25th place is Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Caleb Holman, Mitchell Desdier, and Austin Dillon. Austin Hill. Austin Hill sits in 25th. Manufacturer standings for the Truck Series. Again, Chevrolet in first place with 72 points. Toyota sits in second place with 64. Third is Ford with 59 points. Ram sits in fourth with 0. And the trucks, man, there's like a whole other month after this Saturday's race. Another whole month with no trucks until the trucks come back again. And then usually, for those of new to NASCAR, trucks have a weird schedule, and then they always spread the races out the first half of the season, and then the second half they start becoming more frequent. And this week's truck race has 250 laps, which is a lot. Usually, I mean, they are at a short track, but usually you get like a 175 or 100, you know. But 250 for the trucks, that's going to be pretty neat. And then, of course, you got the Summer Mud Classic in the middle of the summer in August, where they race on the mud. That's the Wednesday night race, which is interesting. So the IndyCar driver standings, okay. In first place is Juan Pablo Montoya. He's with 51 points. Simon Pagenaud is in second place. Montoya in the number 2 car. Pagenaud in the 22 car. Pagenaud is with 43 points. Ryan Hunter-Reay sits in third place with 36 points. Helio Castronueva is in fourth place, and he is with 32 points. Sitting in fifth place, Mikael Elishin with 30 points, driver of the number 7 car. Takuma Sato is in 6th place with 28 points. 7th is Scott Dixon with 26. Carlos Munoz, he's in 8th place with 24 points. Tony Kanaan in 9th. Charlie Kimball 10th. Jack Hawksworth is in 11th place. Then 12th place is Alexander Rossi and Connor Daly, 12th and 13th, and they're both with 18 points. Alexander Rossi, the 98 car, and Connor Daly in the 18 car. Spencer Peugeot in 14th. Marco Andretti in 15th place with 15 points. Andretti in the 27 car. And then Graham Rahal in the 15 car sits in 16th place, and he is with 14 points. Max Chilton in 17th. 18th is Oriol Servia. James Hinchcliffe in 19th. Luca Filippi sits in 20th with 10 points. Sitting in 21st, Sebastian Bourdais. He's with 9 points. 22nd is Joseph Newgarden. 23rd, Will Power. 24th, Matthew Braham. 25th is Ed Carpenter. He's in the 20 car. And Brian Clausen sits in 26th. J.R. Hildebrand in 27th. Sage Karam in 28th. And Alex Tagliani sits in 29th with the 35 car. And that leaves us now with Formula One. There's a whole ton of racing this weekend. So if you're a big racing nut, like myself, waiting for a treat this weekend. So now here's the Formula One standings. First place is Nico Rosberg with 25 points. Lewis Hamilton in second with 18. Third place, Sebastian Vettel. Fourth is Daniel Ricciardo. Fifth place is Felipe Massa. Romain Grosjean is in sixth. And Romain Grosjean is entertaining the idea of driving in a NASCAR road race. Nico Hülkenberg in seventh. Valtteri Bottas in eighth. Carlos Sainz in ninth. Sitting in 10th place is Max Verstappen. Jolyon Palmer in 11th. Kevin Magnussen 12th. Sergio Perez in 13th. Jenson Button in 14th. Felipe Nasser in 15th. And Pascal Wehrlein is in 16th place. Alright, so, okay, again, racing podcast Full Throttle next Thursday, April 7th at 7:45. Spreaker.com, #sports. You can also use #RP. Also go to the home of American podcasting, and that will be apodradio.com. So there you go. apodradio.com is the best place to get it because you don't have to search for any of the podcasts. You just log on and you'll see all the shows right up there. There's only 3 up there, so it'll be very easy to find. 2 racing podcasts, RP Full Throttle, RP Express, College Sport Check, which is winding up, and actually starting tomorrow there will be a baseball update as well. So I built the site myself, made it very easy. It's very hard not to find nothing. Everything's on there, very simple, and all you need is the internet, and you're good to go. And you can also listen in live. You can listen in live or on demand on the same site. So there you go. And no sign up, and it's a secure site. Okay, I built it using Squarespace, which is very reputable. And there you go. No email, no nothing. You just log on, pick a show, and hit the play button. And that's it. Couldn't be simpler. All right, so. Going Social, an article on Fox Sports titled, "Who are NASCAR's 10 most engaging personalities on social media?" So here it is, NASCAR's top 10 on social media. Number 10 is Kenny Wallace. 9th is Casey Kane. And 8th is Tony Stewart. Juan Pablo Montoya is number 7. Number 6 is Joey Logano. Kevin Harvick in 5th. Kyle Busch is 4th. Danica Patrick 3rd. Jimmy Johnson 2nd. And the number 1 social media guru, if you will, driver of the 88, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And some short track stats, if you will. Another article on Fox Sports. Quote, "Who are NASCAR's best short track races?" And they write, also, "Prepare to be surprised